What drives you every day? Is it your family? Your dreams? Your future? No matter what your goal is, be it funding your comfortable home, enjoying your wealth, or attaining your lifelong dreams, with the help of technology, achieving your retirement dream is now as easy as taking a selfie or booking online. Introducing Pera Online. Now investing for your future is within your reach. With a small amount, you can start your personal equity retirement account and build the life you aspire. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, together with partner government agencies and associations, has worked to make Pera investments available on a more accessible digital platform. What was once reserved for some is now available for all.
Salamat sa Pera, maginhawa ang buhay ng pamilya ko.
I am now a step closer to reaching my goals.
Make Pera a part of your future today. Visit pera.seedbox.ph.
Hello and welcome. I'm Kevin Soto, Digital Analyst, and it's my pleasure to be your host for this week's episode of Atrium Webinar Series. Thank you for joining us this morning as we discuss Digital Pera, or the Personal Equity Retirement Account. Preparing for retirement is probably one of the most challenging long-term financial goals for everyone. That's why as early as now, we, together with BSP, highly encourage everyone to put a retirement plan in place for better financial rewards in the future. Stay tuned to know more about the benefits of Pera and how you can now easily invest in your dream retirement with the use of your smartphones. If you have any questions, you may send them as early as now by clicking on the Q&A button below your screen. Before we begin, I'd like to let you know that this session will be recorded and that copies will be disseminated within the day, as well as posted on all our social media platforms. Also, please don't forget to visit our website, www.atrium.com.ph, for more detailed information about all the funds that we offer. If you have any friends who you think would like this webinar but are unable to attend, feel free to share the YouTube replay of this session and visit our YouTube channel, Atrium Studios. We would like to invite you to join Atrium's new official Viber community group, that's #AtriumPHCommunity, to stay updated on the latest announcements, advisories, and reminders. Scan the QR code or visit the link on your screen and get a chance to win Atrium merchandise. We would like this webinar to be as interactive as possible, so please don't hesitate to send your questions in the Q&A tab all throughout the webinar. Each question you send is a raffle entry for a chance to win an Atrium merchandise. Winner will be announced at the end of the webinar, so make sure you stay until the end. We will also be wrapping up with a quick feedback survey after the webinar, so we do hope you can share your thoughts with us about our session today and how we can further improve our webinar series. With those out of the way, let me briefly introduce our speaker this morning, Nicole San Luis. Nicole began her career in management consulting with a global multinational risk management insurance brokerage company, where she spearheaded key accounts across different industries before moving to Seedbox. She has been with Seedbox for more than 3 years already and is currently the Senior Manager for Business Development and Sales. So now, let's all welcome Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning,
Thank
Nicole.
you, everyone. Yeah.
Yes, please take the floor.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for making time out of your busy schedules this morning to join us in one of our Atrium webinar series. So today I will be talking more about the Personal Equity and Retirement Account, or PERA for short, and how this initiative with the BSP can make investing for your retirement much easier and more convenient through our digital platform called Seedbox. So throughout my presentation, I will actually be covering 4 major parts. So first is what is Pera. Second is what is Seedbox for Pera, for those who aren't familiar with Seedbox yet. So just to put it out briefly, maybe Seedbox is an online digital platform where you can choose from several investment funds online and monitor your investments in a single dashboard. Third is how could I make the most out of my Pera? And lastly, the Q&A portion where I could be shedding some light on some questions or items for clarification that you may have throughout the presentation. Next slide, please. So I guess to better understand what Pera is, it would be best to put things into context. So we have to first see what the underlying problem is, which is that most Filipinos aren't ready for retirement yet. So according to a 2019, the Melbourne Mercer Global Index, is that the Philippines ranks the fourth lowest in the world in terms of the Global Pension Index. Also, a separate study conducted in 2018, or the Manulife Investor Sentiment Index, stated that the average salaried Filipino typically falls short of 4 million to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. So because of this, I guess it's also safe to assume that SSS and GSIS contributions may not be enough to sustain you for retirement. Okay, so now that you've understood or you've seen the current reality, we could delve or dive deep into what Pera is. So next slide, please. So the Personal Equity and Retirement Account, this was established under the Republic Act 9505, and it was launched initially back in 2008. So Pera, it provides access to funds accredited by the BSP. And this voluntary retirement savings program, it could be likened to the 401k retirement plan in the US, wherein you're able to invest for your retirement on a tax-deferred basis. And through Pera, you can start investing for as low as 1,000 pesos, and it supplements the existing retirement benefits. Next, please. So you may be asking, how does Pera work exactly? So here you could see the key players in the Pera ecosystem, one of which are you, the contributors. So on top are the regulators. So you have the BSP as well as the BIR. Then you could see the administrator. So the administrator is the one who manages the account on behalf of the contributor. So this is typically a bank or an institution. So Atrium Trust Corp is a licensed administrator by the BSP. So it is the licensed administrator for Digital Pera. Then you have your product providers. So I will be running you through the product providers that are currently there, as well as the Pera funds that they offer. And right below, you could see your cash custodian. So this is a separate entity from your administrator. So its job is to hold all your assets, such as cash or securities, to be distributed to your chosen investment. So here you see all the major players in the Pera ecosystem. They're all able to coordinate through the digital Pera admin platform, making it much easier and more convenient on the part of the customer. Next slide, please. So there are tons of advantages of going digital. So I mentioned earlier that Pera was launched years ago, back in 2008. Although sadly, during its initial launch, the BSP revealed that only a few Filipinos, around 1,500 to 1,600, have actually created their Pera account. This is because it was quite difficult, with the processes being very manual and the turnaround time taking quite longer than expected. So with the digital Pera, the hope is first to reduce turnaround time and encoding errors. Second, it's for the key players, your administrators, regulators, and product providers to have consistent data across all systems. Third is for the cash custodians to benefit from fast, reliable payments using the online channels available. Also, for you, the Pera contributors, to benefit from having a one-stop shop for all your Pera needs. So next slide, please. So I guess one great advantage, especially on the side of the contributors and the consumers, is that it happens at it's very timely. for us to go digital right now. So Pera was relaunched back in September 2020, just last year. And it's actually the perfect time given the current situation, of course, with COVID. So transportation is limited. We're all encouraged to stay at home. So with Pera now being digital, it's much easier for all of you to jumpstart the investment process for your retirement. Second is that account opening is much easier. So you could let do with all the manual forms. All you have to do is just sign up online, which I will be showing you earlier, the step-by-step process. And third, you can transact, make subscriptions, monitor your investments, all through a single dashboard. So it's all convenient. And lastly, I will also be talking about the tax incentives that come with it in detail later. So stay tuned. So now that you have a better understanding of what Pera is, I will be talking to you about what is Seedbox for Pera. So I guess to better understand what Seedbox for Pera is, I will be talking to you more about what Seedbox is as a digital platform. So I just mentioned briefly earlier that it's a digital platform where you can jumpstart your investment process. But to further understand it is to see all the channels available. So here you observe that Seedbox for Pera is a channel in itself, but there are also 4 others, that being Seedbox Direct, wherein clients are able to invest into mutual funds and UITF on the Seedbox platform. So this is really for our retail clients. Second, we have Seedbox for Platforms. So here, we connect with telcos, EMIs, fintech service providers in order to provide products as well as investment solutions for their clients. Third, we have Seedbox at Work. So this is basically bringing the benefits of Seedbox to a workplace, wherein we coordinate closely with an HR provider so that Seedbox can be brought to a company or a workplace and their employees can be able to start investing as well. And fourth, we have Seedbox for Advisors, which serves as a go-to digital workbench for advisors and agencies so they can better service their clients digitally. And lastly, we have Seedbox for Pera, wherein our goal is to provide all Filipinos with a digital pension solution worldwide. Okay. So now, to kickstart your investment journey, you may visit the Pera Seedbox portal. So this is through the link pera.seedbox.ph. And when you go through this link, you could see this landing page. And in the next slide are the different product providers that we have. So right now, we have BDO and Metrobank Pera funds in the platform. So for BDO, we have the BDO Pera Short-Term Fund, the BDO Pera Bond Index Fund, as well as the BDO Pera Equity Index Fund. So here you could see that all risk profiles are catered to, and you can start investing for as low as 1,000 pesos. While for Metrobank, you have the following Pera funds available. So that's your Metrobank Pera Bond Fund, your Metrobank Pera Equity Fund, as well as your Metrobank Pera Money Market Fund. So for Metrobank, the minimum is at 5,000, if I'm not mistaken. For BPI and Land Bank, you have list of funds coming soon. So we're just ironing out some operational matters, and soon enough, those funds will already be available in the platform. So stay tuned. Okay, so now you may all be wondering, how do I avail of Seedbox for Pera, or how do I create an account? So all you have to do is just visit the link that is pera.seedbox.ph and click sign up in order to create an account. Then you can start by completing your profile. So we'll just be requesting some KYC information as well as some necessary documents. which is a requirement to open an account. So just a tip to make it easier, it's best if you could already prepare with you a scanned copy of a government-issued ID as well as your PIN, since these are the requirements to create a Pera account. So just make sure you're already at least 18 years old to sign up. For OFWs though, maybe you might be curious also, there are ways that you could open an account as well. So just make sure that you have the following documents available. So first is an overseas employment certificate released by the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, as well as a proof that you would earn income abroad on the year of contribution. So Pera is really perfect for OFWs as well. Third is to complete the risk profiler to determine your risk appetite. So this is just a regulatory requirement by the BSP, just to know whether you are a conservative, moderate, or aggressive investor. And fourth is to select the Pera fund or funds that you'd want to begin investing in once your account has been approved or activated. And you could use the available payment channels to fund your Pera investment. So that's the last step. And the step-by-step instructions on how to fund your subscription will also be sent to you. So it's a very easy process. Everything is digital. You don't have to leave the comforts of your home to jumpstart your investment process for retirement. Okay, so now let's discuss how are you able to make the most out of your Pera. So I've mentioned briefly earlier that one of the benefits of Pera, especially for you, the contributors, are the tax incentives. So first, you have your tax credit certificates, or TCCs for short, wherein contributions paid by the individual contributor are eligible for a 5% tax credit. So Pera for Seedbox can actually apply for the tax credit on your behalf. All you have to do though is claim your tax credit certificates from our office. Second, you have your tax-free dividends and returns, which is a really good news. So this just means that investment income, which is earned from investments and reinvestments of your Pera assets in the maximum amount allowed, are exempt from taxes on investment income. And third are the maximum contributions with tax incentives. So this is actually related to your TCCs. So it just means that your contributions within one calendar year up to the maximum amount of 100,000 for locally employed individuals and 200,000 for OFWs shall be entitled to a tax credit in the amount of 5%. Also, just to add though, it's good to note that this also excludes asset or estate tax. So this is really good when you plan on giving or handing down your inheritance to your family and loved ones. So Pera really perfect, especially when you plan on saving up for your retirement as early as now. So now I guess we could already proceed to the Q&As. Although just to remind all of you though that we have our FAQs on the Seedbox for Pera portal. So that's the link that I've been mentioning several times throughout my presentation. That's pera.seedbox.ph. And there you can find all the list of the frequently asked questions. Maybe some of them are some questions that you already have in mind when it comes to signing up and opening a Pera account on Seedbox.
Thank you, Nicole. So the new normal has forced us to adapt to everything digital. Now more than ever, we must seize this opportunity to plan and save for the future amidst these challenging times. With all new digital Pera, retirement savings is now made available at your fingertips. For more info about this new and exciting feature, please visit www.seedbox.com.ph. So at this point, we would like to move on to the live questions from our audience. So Nicole, I see we have a lot of questions coming in. Okay, so for our first question, I already have an existing Seedbox account. Do I still need to make another one for Seedbox Pera? That's a
Yes.
good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yes, you still have to, because the pair products are they're different from Seedbox. So we still encourage those who are interested to create a pair account to create an account altogether using the pera.seedbox.ph link. Although the good news is that if you already have an existing Seedbox account, then upon sign up, the fields are already pre-filled. All you have to do is just review them just to make sure they're accurate and click submit.
All right, thank you for that, Nicole. So we have our second question is who is qualified to open a Pera account?
So as long as you're a Filipino citizen and you're 18 years old with a SIN, then you can create a Seedbox account already. A Pera for Seedbox account, I mean.
Okay, thank you for that, Nicole. So another good question here from our audience. Nicole, can I withdraw my contributions by anytime I like?
Okay, so for withdrawals or redemption, so I guess it's good to note that when you're investing in Pera, so the goal is really long term, right? So you're investing for retirement, and so withdrawals they're reserved for case to case basis, maybe special cases such as emergencies or a death of a Pera investor. In this case, Pera mandate would need you to submit also like a proof of this or documentation in order to process your withdrawals or redemptions. This can also be done, or withdrawals or redemptions are allowed if you'd want to change a Pera product or change your Pera administrator. In this case, for redemptions though, they're not yet allowed on the platform. So if you'd want to do this, it has to be done manually. So you could just contact us, and we could guide you through the process for withdrawals.
All right, Nicole. Next question. What is the maximum annual contribution for Pera?
I think I mentioned it briefly. So the maximum annual contribution if you're a locally employed contributor is 100,000, while it's 200,000 for OFW.
All right, all right. So this one, another good question here from our audience, Nicole. Are there any risks to investing in Pera?
When it comes to risk, just like any investment vehicle or investment instrument, Pera is not free from risk. So there's still an element of risk involved, although given that you're investing in the long term, I guess it should be mitigated. Also, it's good to note that the portfolio managers for these Pera products, they're really good at what they do. And this is also why you entrust your investment management to these guys. So yeah, your investment is in good hands.
And that's good to hear, Nicole. So will we see more funds in the future more fund options
Okay.
on Pera's seed box?
So yeah, definitely. I've mentioned earlier that there are funds from two product providers coming into the platform. So those are funds from BPI as well as Land Bank. We're also in talks with other Pera product providers. So hopefully their products will be on the platform real soon as well. So just make sure to follow our social media pages so that you guys can get notified on the launches that we're about to have in terms of the latest Pera products.
Yes, they better stay tuned. So, eto naman, Nicole. When will Atrium funds be available in Pera?
Okay. So yeah, for Atrium naman, so Atrium is, as I mentioned earlier, Atrium Trust Corp is a licensed administrator by the BSP. So as per BSP's mandate, we are not allowed to have our own Pera products in the platform. But then you might be wondering also, because BDO and BPI, they too are administrators. But then in their case, since they launched like initially when Pera was launched years ago. So they were given that special case also to have their own Pera products. But yeah, for Atrium, we won't be having Pera products in the platform.
All right, thank you, Nicole. So
Mm.
Nicole, is there a minimum amount of years needed for Pera?
5 years.
At least
Yeah,
5 years.
the minimum.
Okay.
At least five
Okay.
years. Mm.
Okay. Ito, pwede po ba akong mag-open ng Pera account physical sa mga accredited na bangko?
Yeah, you could. You could open with, I think that's BDO and BPI. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So how do they claim, Nicole, the tax benefits?
For the tax credit certificates, as I said earlier, Pera for Seedbox can apply for this on behalf of the contributor. But then to claim it, all you have to do is just contact us or visit us at our office. Mhm.
Okay, Nicole, I guess we're down to our last two questions, right? So do you have a feature like automatic deductions from my employer or my bank?
So far for automatic deductions, I don't think that's still an available feature for now. Through
Okay.
Seedbox.
Okay.
So every time you'd want to invest, you do so per subscription or per transaction.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up, Nicole. So I guess we're running out of time. That's our last question for today. But don't worry, as we'll continue answering your questions in the Q&A chat box below, or we'll message you using the email that you provided during registration. So, eto, Nicole, before we wrap up on our session today, any last words to our audience?
Well, I guess I'll just reiterate, since this is a common question that I get from like talks that I do. People really ask when is the best time to start investing. So I guess, like, as I always tell people, the best time is really now, especially if you plan on investing in the long term. You plan on investing for a good retirement. So yeah, the best time is just really to start investing now. So jumpstart your retirement journey or investment journey in Seedbox through the digital Pera.
No better time than now, Nicole. So once again, thank you, Nicole, for taking the time to share and discuss the benefits of Pera. And thank you also to our audience. I hope you were able to gain insights and key takeaways from today's webinar. So now that you know that for as low as 1,000 pesos, you can access affordable investment funds to build your future using our online platform, Seedbox. So please tune in to know more. Again, if you have any friends who you think would like this webinar but are unable to attend, feel free to share the YouTube replay of this session. Visit our YouTube channel, Atrium Studios. We would also like to invite you to join Atrium's new official Viber community group, that's hashtag AtriumPH Community, to stay updated on the latest announcements, advisories, and reminders. Scan the QR code or visit this link found on your screen and get a chance to win Atrium merchandise. Lastly, please answer the survey at the end of this webinar. We would love to know your thoughts on today's topic. So on behalf of everyone at Atrium, thank you once again for your attendance and participation. We wish you and your loved ones continued health and safety. Have a great day, everyone.